G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to another episode of Financial Fruits. As you guys may know, I think I should just make a recorded disclaimer and just sit here for a bit. But basically, obviously none of this is financial advice. Obviously go to a financial advisor to seek financial advice. I know this is a disclaimer, is a meme at this point because every influencer says this type of crap and then recommends you to buy Dogecoin. It's going to go to the moon and stuff like that. And you're just like, why did you say the disclaimer when literally like 6 minutes of your video is explaining how great Dogecoin is and stuff like that? I think it's kind of productive, isn't it? Like, disclaimers like a little twisty in that door meme kind of thing. But also, I don't promote any products on here. All this is just illustration only. Do your own financial advice. I do not know your personal situation. That's pretty much it. You need to do your own research or go to a financial advisor. Now, today I want to do something kind of important. We talked about insurance last time as well, and that kind of launches into this next topic being estate planning. Now, what estate planning is a lot of people will know what a will is. So a will, what is a will? A will is if you die, you have a document to where your assets go, or, even kids go, or how you're buried, or yada, 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 okay? Yada, 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 okay? Generally, it's signed by you and two other witnesses over 18 or whatever age that have legal capacity. And they have to sign each page, generally, okay? That's what a will is in layman terms. It's basically, if you die, what happens? So, in wills as well, you can have like, broad brush clauses like, my estate is split between my two children, okay? And you can have terms like, okay, if one of my child dies before me, this is quite popular, their children inherit, okay? And, obviously, if not, it goes to my surviving child, that sort of thing, okay? Now, obviously, with stepchildren, you need to specify stepchildren and whatnot in that above section as well. But those are things that you want to consider in your will. Now, your will, you can have an option to set up testamentary trusts. What is a testamentary trust? A testamentary trust is basically, you can appoint, generally the executor is the one that manages it, but we'll get to the executor later. You can appoint the executor or trustee to manage someone's benefit from a will on their behalf. Now, if the will states, they can't access it till X age, or, that sort of stuff, or they can't access it, period, which some people do when they don't trust the person, that's what they can do, okay? Alternatively, if it doesn't state anything, it is up to the beneficiary whether they keep it or not. Now, this is going to be the hard part, okay? Is that a lot of beneficiaries, the reason why the testamentary trust is in place is to stop spendthrifting people, so people who spend a lot of money. So stop people spending a lot of money, stop the people hey, you're spending out of control, you don't want to spend your entire, estate away. Or secondly, they want to protect the asset from a marriage breakup. Okay? So that's another thing as well. Basically, let's just say you get given 800k, and basically, they split up from you 2 years, they get half of that, okay? They can get half of it. So you lose 300,000 just like that of your absolute benefit. It's just like, this is, how can I protect this sort of thing? Now let's talk about the executor, okay? So the executor is the person that runs the estate. They are generally nominated in the will, okay? And you can have backups too, and I recommend you have backups, okay? So generally most spouse setup, most family setups are like this. It goes husband, wife. If you get, okay, I'm going to say right now, if you get offended by me saying this, you need to take a step back, okay? This is just an example, okay? I just want to put it out there because I know people like to nitpick. This is the thing I'm going to say. Don't be a prick and nitpick this, okay? This is an example. If it's husband, wife, it's the same thing, okay? Don't nitpick. Don't be a prick. Okay. So it says a husband and wife, it's generally to each other, okay? So they'll be their own executor, Now, beneficiary means the person who will receive something from the will. So basically, they'll be their own beneficiary. So pretty much, they'll be like, all my assets to my wife, all my assets to my husband, vice versa. Okay, that's pretty much what it will be. And then they'll have the secondary beneficiary to their kids. And then they'll have a bloodline trust, which is what I said before. They'll have if their kids go, their kids inherit it, okay? Basically your grandkids, okay? So that's really how it will set up for the normal family. Now, obviously with wills, there are blended families, okay? Blended families, if you don't understand, is when the husband and wife, or the wife and wife, or husband have two separate families. So in other words, they have their own sons and daughters on each side. Generally, this is a complicated situation, and I highly recommend to go see a lawyer. See a lawyer, and secondly, to talk with the family overall, okay? This is a big reason why you want to know on each family what's going to happen with you, because of course, you know, people are expecting some sort of inheritance. Even I don't, to be honest. I feel I want to do my own kind of work thing. But be aware of that, okay? That you need to talk to them as well so everyone knows what's happening. Because the worst thing you can have in a will is dying intestate, which means no will. Because you have to go through the Supreme Court, which is not fun. The next one is challenging the will, okay? And if you don't talk about it, and someone disagrees, challenge is coming, okay? And that is the absolute worst, because that means it's higher cost, no one gets the benefits, stress goes up, and it's just pain, okay? And a lot of these things can be solved cheaply and easily via talking. Next step is going to be the other stuff that can get frustrated will at times as well. I actually have completely forgot what things can frustrate a will. Okay, divorce and marriage. If either of these things happen to you, your will is voided, okay? Generally speaking, the law is different, okay? In some countries. But generally speaking, if you divorce or marry, make sure your will's updated, okay? Or have a term of in contemplation of marriage, but just update the damn thing anyway, okay? It's probably easy if you do. That's a quick summary of wills. You can probably find more like ideas on wills or terms of wills by going to either a lawyer or, you know, searching it yourself, okay? I'm not a qualified lawyer. I'm just basically giving you a quick summary of what a will is, what terms you can put in, and stuff like that there, and what financial challenges are going to be in a will. Let's talk about the next ones, okay? The next ones is, there's a lot of different ones with health and finances, but let's talk about the enduring power of attorney and guardianship. Now, in Australia, this may be different in your country. Be aware of that as well. In Australia, there are advanced health directives, yada, yada, yada. There are two things that you want to really lock down to manage financial capacity and lifestyle capacity, which means life and death decisions as well. So in Australia, attorney is financial management and guardianship is lifestyle management. Now, basically, there's different power of attorneys as well, which is and guardianships, which is enduring, general, and specific. Specific, you won't see much of. General means that as long as the person is sane who gave it out, it is in force. Enduring means that even if the person goes insane who gave it out, it is still in force. So generally you want to give an enduring power of attorney out. The main reason why, or guardianship, is that when you go insane, which is lack of legal capacity, by the way, you can't do a power of attorney or guardianship, okay? You're left stranded. And Supreme Court time, by the way. And money. And stress, okay? So get generally when you do like enduring power of attorney or guardianship to someone you want to actually manage your affairs, when you go loop-de-loop and haywire, get someone that obviously if you want someone who's going to do that, like, you know, you trust them 100%, you give him the enduring power of attorney, and you give him the enduring power of guardianship. So what does attorney do? So attorney means you can manage their financial affairs, as we said up there. Guardianship is managing their lifestyle, as we set up about there as well. Easy. Generally, with the signing of these, you need two witnesses to sign, and you need a qualified witness for the guardian and attorney. Generally, just one of them has to be qualified. Now, what I mean by qualified is that they have to be a person that can witness the document. Some countries, you have to be a public notary. Other countries, they have a list. Okay, they have a list of people who can witness it as a professional. For example, me, a financial planner, can witness it as that qualified person. Okay? So those are things you want to do as well. Now, obviously, make sure you select the person you can trust. It's within your wishes. You can also specify what decisions they can make on certain areas as well. This is what you call limiting the power. Because generally, they can do whatever they want in the financial and guardian lifestyle area, as long as it doesn't violate the law, obviously. But that's what they can do. And I do recommend that if you got a will, you want to get enduring power and enduring guardianship at the same time, to make sure that if you do go loop the loop, that someone can come in and manage it for you. Now, overall, you can see here that, basically estate planning is very, very important. I call estate planning basically the insurance policy for you, okay? So for you, for your affairs, to manage it. Because if you're uninsured, it can cost more, but if you're insured, it costs less. Now, these documents, you do want to get them done with a lawyer. You do want them to go through a situation. Not every situation is the same, okay? Sometimes you want to give a specific gift to someone and stuff like that as well, which you can do in your will. I forgot to mention it, but you can give a specific gift to someone in your will. But overall, you want to make sure you go through a lawyer to do this sort of subject as well, because they can draft up the document as per your wishes, and they can make it watertight so the courts can't, if it does get challenged, the courts will strike it down, or that your wishes will be obeyed. Anyways, guys, that's a quick up-to-date, situation of how to go through your estate planning. And make sure you get it done. There are a lot of websites out there as well with free wills and guardianships and attorneys. Obviously, these are very simple ones. Some people's circumstances are going to be quite simple. There are going to be complex scenarios as well, which involve companies, trusts, and stuff like that as well. You're going to have to go through that as well. Just be aware with family trusts is that family trusts do not make it part of the estate pool, so be aware of that as well. I will probably go through that in a future episode with trusts and estate planning. There's also companies in estate planning as well. I'll also go through that as well. Obviously, this is going to be the first part of the series. This is more of a personal aspect. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys for the next episode of Financial Fruits. Have a great day, guys.